Yo, that's one of the things that I hate is when I want to go live and hit the button to go live and it don't want to go live. it like it's almost like it gets stuck in kind of this revolving mode. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. I'll be like, bro, come on, man. Let's not do this. Let's not do this tonight, man. Let's not do this tonight. What's going on, Fragrance family, man? It's your man Gator, of course. And man, look, it has been a day. Of course, chill at the house with the favorite, beverage, adult beverage to end the day. And I got notified earlier in the day that I had a little bit of scent mail come in. So yay. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this X out of here. There we go. But yeah, got a little scent mail in today. So I was actually really, really excited about it. Um, Scent mail that I got, this guy right here. You hear how wobbly that sounds? I don't know if y'all can actually hear it. This is the Nitro Elixir. Yeah, so here's the thing with this, man. The orders, everybody's orders were getting canceled on this thing, man. And mine was no exception. It was like twice actually, and it was really weird that was happening. I think a lot of them are happening like that with Perfume Box right now, which is weird. Um, I don't know what's happening with them, but let's see what's in the chat right now. Racket Club, Sub Gator. I'm still rocking that Nitro Elixir, bro. How you liking it? I have not opened it yet. I just got it in. You know. Since IRL says, "What's up, though, bro? What up, though, bro? What's happening with you, man? What is happening, man? I saw some of y'all come through on Walt's live earlier, man. I always like the vibe when he does lives, man. That's my type of vibe. That's something I probably would have done back in the day, man. And you're always gonna get me when you start playing the band music because hey, that's always gonna catch me. That's always gonna catch me. All right, Joe, what's going on? Sending the day La Falcon Sala Orthograph smells like Roja Dove Isola Blue. It's pretty good. Can't say if it's the same because I've never smelled the OG. Worth to get. So that's the one I was really kind of waiting on you to actually open up, man. Is that one because I wanted to see exactly how close it was to that original. Because I'm a big Isola Blue fan. Not the biggest fan of the Osola Blue price, although that's one of those fragrances. Is a Grail fragrance. I think it's worth that price, to be honest. It's just not something I'm gonna be paying for right now. It's mostly gonna be decants on that for me, because I'm not gonna wear it enough to where it's gonna be like warranting me paying that Roja price for it. But I think it's worth it. I think it is worth the price. Unlike a lot of Louis Vuitton stuff where it's like I don't think it's worth the actual $400 you're gonna pay for it. That one I think is worth that price. Yeah. So Racket Club, man, I can't wait to hear your experience with it. My experience is totally different than what I heard from other influencers. Joel said Racket Club since IRL. Yeah. You say your mic is crackling. Just a heads up. Is it crackling? Hold on. So I had. Give me a sec. It was hitting the chain the other day. Let me try this right quick. So it was hitting the chain the other day. And my whole thing was like, I think I cracked the code by throwing on my mute, right? And I wonder if it's got it crackling. Hold on. About to do something midstream here. That is interesting, but we're about to see if it's an actual mic placement problem itself. Hold on. Is it? There we go. Is it still crackling right now? Let me know if it's still crackling. If it's not crackling, then it could literally be something going on with just that mic. You said it's still crackling? You said it's still crackling? Okay. So that means that it's not this, it's that. So it's my transmitter that's doing it. The transmitter's got the crackling going on here. So that means that I need to reset the transmitter here. So, but that I like that because that gives me an idea of what the actual problem is. It's not the mics, it's the transmitter. So, about to be a little adventurous here. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Can you hear me now? Okay, y'all hear me now. Yeah, we back. We back. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all should be able to hear me. If y'all able to hear me, man, give me some thumbs. Give me some thumbs up, man. Good deal. Now, is it still crackling? Or is it a lot better now? Let me see here. No more crackling? Okay. Yeah, so that's what's going on. It's the receiver that's doing it. So I gotta watch that receiver, man. Y'all let me know when it starts crackling and stuff like that, man, so I can, be sure that I'm, because now I know how to reset it. I literally have to unplug it and just kind of refresh the live. And once I do that, it'll fix it. So there we go. Now let's get back to this thing. I dropped the whole dropped the whole bottle. Let me go back to the chat right quick. Just a little quick thing. I see Lenny, what's going on, man? I see you jumped in. Club said, Gator, I need decals, my boy. When's your website gonna be available? Hey, just email me. Just email me. Y'all usually drop you over prices and all that kind of stuff, man. So just holler at me on that, man. I got my email on my page. It's the gator at the novicenose.net. So just email me. I usually will just send you over just a price list. And I usually route you to my free Granica link because it has everything that I have on there. And then the stuff that's not on there, I usually have I have a list that I send to go along with it. So let's see. Beauty of said, what's going on? What's going on? Lily said, I told J Red to stream on this channel just like you. Hey, look, man, I tell everybody stream, bro. Just get on and start talking. Hey, what it do, Gator? You tried that new BDC exclusive yet? No, I haven't been in the line for it yet. I did see it. And I talked about getting it, man. And I still may. But that price is ridiculous. I'm probably gonna get a decan of it to see what's going on with it. But as much as I love the Blue de Chanel DNA, bro, 275 is steep. 275 is steep. All right, guys, this is the guy right here. This is the Nitro Elixir that I just got in right here. So, yeah, it's interesting, man, that it had a lot of clicking, clacking going on in here. Lindy said, I finally smell YSL, the Parfum 2025. It smells like a mix of YEDP and YEDP Intense, something like that. I also pick up some JPG in that thing, too. It's crazy. Sid said, you can take a sip now. Yeah, I'm about to. Trust me. Mo, welcome to Mo's. Hey, what's going on with you, Mo? What's going on? What's happening? Sid says, yeah, Chanel playing games, taxing like that. I mean, they know that people are going to get it. They know that people are going to buy it regardless because of the fact that it's a Blue de Chanel, you know? That they're going to jump on it. They're going to jump on it, and let's be real. A lot of people are. I saw Erica has her review on it. A couple of folks dropped their reviews on it already. So, man, it's crazy, but people are going to buy it. People are going to get on it. People are going to buy it. All right, guys, this is the long-awaited Nitro Elixir. The bottle here. Tassel. That's kind of a cheesy tassel thing. There we go. But yeah, this is the guy that everybody talking about. So here's the thing with this. When I read the note breakdown, I was like, see how it just literally just, oh, it's got a magnetic cap. Oh, nice. That's actually nice. I like that. When I started hearing people talk about this thing, man, I was like, actually, it wasn't before I saw the people talking about it, man. When I saw the note breakdown, I was like, this is a must-have. This is probably going to be pretty damn good. This is probably going to be damn good. And of course, I'm a fan of the Myself DNA, right? So thinking about that, I thought it was going to be awesome. I got to line that atomizer up here. But yeah. Let's see, Record Club. Okay, well, it said, since IRL said, but at least it's a 100 mil and not some BS 60 or 75 mil. Well, I'm hearing that the 50 is going for, or the 65 is going for 206. So it's like not that much different, man. Not that much different. Sid Connoisseur, what's going on, man? Greetings. Lenny said, how much is the price on that? This one, I don't know. But I will find out the price on it. Racket Club said, I'm going to wait for the Fragrance World or Lattafa version of that Blue de Chanel. I was telling somebody this earlier, bro. Let me go ahead and get this on strip right now, by the way, while I'm talking. I was telling somebody this earlier, and y'all mark my word. Remember, I said this in this chat. You know, Armoff is notorious for those clubbed in the weeds, right? They do the clubbed in the weed. They've been mostly kind of leaning on Creed, but they do have the clubbed in the weed iconic, right? The Blue Iconic, which is in that wheelhouse of Blue de Chanel, right? They were kind of going after that Blue de Chanel DNA with Iconic. I like Iconic. It's something up there right now. A little screechy, but not that bad. They've gotten better at their perfumery. I mean, as far as like the way that they blend and the oils and everything since they dropped that one. I guarantee you within the next year, we're going to see a Club de Nuit Iconic Exclusive or a Club de Nuit Iconic Intense. They're going to go after that one because they haven't been like really gung-ho about going after many fragrance DNAs except for Aventus, it seems like. They haven't really done a lot with that Club de Nuit line except for Aventus. And of course, the earlier Creeds, the Millesime Imperial, the Silver Mountain Water, that kind of thing right there. But they've usually been focused on Creed with that, with the exception of the Baccarat, of course, that Untold. They're going after that one. I guarantee you they've got it on a spectrometer right now. I guarantee you they've got it on a spectrometer right now. Let's see if we get a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on scan though. I am. I trust me. Uh, but I wanted to kind of put it on the card just now. All right. I smell it in the air. Let's see. Mo says, unless Chanel blows my mind, I ain't getting it. Porthole Reflection 45 and maybe Pacific Chill are the only ones I'll pay that top dollar for. Yeah. And I won't even do it for Porthole. To be honest, Reflection 45, Pacific Chill, I could see the original Pacific Chill. Although, to be honest, man, the majority of those that I've run into quite a few now of the inspirations that I feel like are good enough for where I'm not even sweating it. You know, I'm not even sweating it. But man, yeah, I don't know. It's got to be amazing for me to drop it. Racket Club said Gator spray DUMONT on your skin. It smells totally different on paper. That was my experience. I kind of figured it does. Okay. Yeah. We're getting in that myself territory, definitely. One of the things that I like about this already, though, is that I'm getting that fresh vibe out of it. It's sweet, slightly sweet, but fresh. You're getting more fresh than you are sweet, but you can't discount the fact that you've got some definite ancillary sweetness going on in here. So, okay, I had to make sure my skin was good right here for this one. I like that atomizer, man. That atomizer's got some nice distribution. Look at that. Let me see if y'all can see it. But yeah, see how that little oil slick on the side? And it hits it kind of focused too, which I like. I like that a lot, man. Let's see. Mo said, how good is Nitro Elixir? Is it basically myself absolute? So I'm kind of playing with it right now. They are, I pick up kind of almost a mintiness in here. It's got to be geranium. Geranium. It's got to, well, no. This come across as a mint. You know what? This is very close. This is very close, Mo. And I had a smaller decant of Absolute. I didn't have like a big decant, but if I was to kind of compare it to myself, do I have my myself decant over there? No. Let me see. All right. Get a little spray of that. All right. So let me see. Okay, so we definitely know that this is going after myself DNA because yeah, it's definitely that. Like I said, I get this sweetness in the background. It's almost like, you know what it reminds me a little bit of? You remember when JPG dropped the Scandal Absolute? And they had that Mirable Plum that was in there, and the way that it kind of blended with the lavender in there, it kind of gave this really kind of like subtle, muted kind of sweetness in the backdrop. I think that Orange Blossom has affected it too, but man, I don't think it's plum, but it almost comes across like that though in here, which is interesting. It really does bring my mind back to that. Let's see. Racket Club said I could already picture Neve having a BDC Clone War in 4 to 6 months. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming because I know our moth's going after it. I know they are. As a matter of fact, not only is our moth going after it, this is one that Latifah's gonna jump in on. Because they and French Avenue. If French Avenue doesn't, they're crazy. Now, the only thing with French Avenue is that we may not see that until next year with that BDC exclusive inspiration. But man, I'm telling you now, Armand's gonna be on it. I don't give it. I don't even give it a year. I give it 6 months before they've got one. And don't be surprised if it's closer than that. And you already know Dua and them are gonna drop theirs next month. Let's see. Racket Club said, Mo, it smells like Invictus and myself to me. You know what? That Invictus comparison, I can definitely get. I can see where you would come from with that, especially Invictus Platinum. I could feel that Invictus Platinum vibe from this a little bit. I get where you're coming from with that. Yeah, but I got that same vibe from myself, the myself absolute. So I can see where you're coming from with that. To me, I don't feel like it has the same. It's deep, but I don't feel like it has the exact same depth that you have in absolute. But then again, this is a first spray, so and it hasn't developed just yet on skin. So I'm waiting on it to kind of get through that, and I can say that it probably is gonna develop into something really, really nice. Lenny said, after 9 p.m. or at 9 p.m. Rebel, what do you think is better? 9 p.m. Rebel. I'm not the biggest fan of after 9 p.m. at all, to be honest. And my wife hates it, like literally hates it. She said it smells like spray starch. And once you smell Niagara spray starch in the store, and then you smell 9 p.m., you can't unsee it. You can't unsee the correlation. You know, as a dude that used to be in the hood wearing the starch down pants and all that kind of stuff, I get that. I didn't really pick that up as well until my wife was like, yeah, it smells like spray starch. I was like, oh, yeah, I can get that. I got you. So yeah, I prefer 9 p.m. I like the way that thing, and I wasn't the biggest fan of 9 p.m. Rebel, I should say. I prefer. I wasn't even the biggest. I thought it was pretty overhyped, but the more I wore it, the more I was like, okay, I could see why people get into it, especially going into that like second hour of the dry down, when you start getting more of the caramel aspects of that fragrance kind of popping out and coming off skin, and it comes off skin. That one has a gorgeous sillage going into that second and third hour that really kind of still trails you. So I would definitely go with 9 p.m. Rebel. I think that's the better fragrance of the two. And everybody's going to tell you that after 9 p.m. is a classic, and I get it. Haha, yeah, whatever. For me, 9 p.m. Rebel is a better fragrance, just up straight up. Mo said, yeah, I'm waiting for even better PC dupe. Porthole is great, in my opinion, and least Lowe's $200. Reflection 45 is very unique. Yes, it is, definitely. As far as the better dupes, as far as Pacific Chill, I do have that video coming out either this week, later this week, or it'll be next week, where I have the comparison of the 6, I think, that I have right now. I have Coastal, Coastal Penis, Rare Reef, Pacific Aura, Jean Lo Vibe, and I'd had the Boutique, the Anzul Boutique, but I gave that away. I'm not really a big fan of that one. It's cool. It's cool. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. But yeah, I got a inspiration war coming up on that one. Let's see it within the next week here. I already took the picture for it. Lenny said, I got my feeling hurt when you said the parfum YSL smelled like JPG. I rebuke you 10-year-olds with JPG in the name of mature frags. Yeah. To be honest, bro, I'm not the biggest JPG guy. I'm not. Now, I say that. The Lamal Elixir, I still could contend is one of the best designer releases, dude, in the last like 5 to 10 years. And go argue with your mom. That thing's amazingly good. I mean, the way that they do the honey and the tobacco in that, no, it's insane. I like the inspiration, the Club de Nuit Lionheart, because it has a little bit more mint in there, but you can't knock the way that other fragrance, man, it's good. It's good. Mo said, interest in rack and maybe fresher novice. Yeah, I'm getting I'm getting a lot fresher here. I'm picking up some lavenderish vibes here. And let me get the note breakdown because it could be lavender, could be geranium. I'm thinking it's lavender though. The way that this thing is kind of, and I'm getting a little bit of a sharpness coming from it too. And I'm wondering, and not in a bad way, I'm getting kind of like a minty sharpness. So I'm wondering if we're looking at something where this does definitely have a mint vibe to it. I'm gonna go over to Trograntica, as Ross would call it, here, and see what we got as far as a note breakdown on this one. All right, so main accords on this thing, you're looking at top notes of orange, apple. I get the apple kind of, bergamot and cardamom. Middle notes is orange blossom. You definitely picked that up. Geranium, mint. Yeah, so I was figuring it was geranium, but I was still picking up a little bit. It feels fresher. It's a fresher. You know what? Maybe what's happening is that it's the geranium and the mint are kind of combining to kind of lift up the fragrance a little bit as far as making it a little bit fresher. I was thinking more of like a lavender take, but it doesn't. Well, thinking about it off skin, it doesn't really have that same lavender bite. So I get it. Yeah, I can see that. I'm picking up a lot of orange blossom right now, though, guys. Like it's really popping off of there. I'm picking up a lot of that orange blossom. Yeah, yeah. It says praline in here, and maybe there's that little subtle sweetness from the praline in there. They said apple. I'm picking up something that really does resemble Scandal Absolute. And that's weird to say. Let me see something here. I'm amazed nobody else has said that. So, let me do this. I'm not gonna enter it on here, but I am gonna go to Scandal Absolute because there is something that's peeking out to me about that. And of course, they got the standard 3-note breakdown, which is complete bullshit. Yeah, it's something in that mix, and I'm guaranteeing you that it's probably something else in the mix that's really giving it to me. But it's resembling. It doesn't smell like that, but the way that they do the plum in there kind of resembles it a little bit. I mean, the way that they do the apple blend in there, it kind of resembles it. I like this a lot, though. I like this a lot. Bracken said, Mo, it changes a lot on skin. Starts off creamy myself with nitro red vibes and later becomes myself parfum absolute. Right now it's becoming parfum absolute. Right now it's becoming absolute. I'm starting to get a lot more of that absolute vibe. It doesn't feel like it's as dark as the parfum, no. Um, hmm, maybe. I'm definitely getting absolute though. And you're right, at the top, it does kind of come off a little bit more, just standard myself. Now, I wasn't getting much of the nitro red vibe, but I could see why you would say that with the way that the fruitiness kind of comes off. It's still kind of muted in the background, but I can see why you'd say that. Oh yeah, Lenny. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button to show the video some love. Definitely. Anybody that's in here right now, all the 19 to 22 that were jumping in right now, just hit the like button. It ain't gonna hurt you to hit the like button every once in a while on the video. It ain't gonna hurt you. Besides, it might lead you back over this way when I start doing the giveaways and stuff. Which, by the way, that's coming in a little bit. I was waiting. I was going back and forth between when I wanted to start doing it, doing the giveaways and stuff, right? And I decided that I was going to go ahead and do it when I hit the 15. That's not too far away. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe 1450. I wanted to do something odd. So what I decided to do was to literally, I haven't even named the week that I'm going to do it yet, is to flip a coin and decide which week it's going to be that I decide to, but it's coming up in August. Before the end of August, there will be a giveaway. I will just say that. And the giveaway is going to be most likely either the DUMONT Nitro Elixir, the Afnan Rare Reef, which I have that bottle already waiting, that box and bottle already waiting over there, or we're probably gonna go soprano ice, one of those. And it kind of depends because I am also looking at possibly doing ex vetiver just because that was a good, like I'm a fan of that fragrance, and I was re-upping bottles anyway. I The initial bottle that I was going to do was the Platine Blanc, right, from Aromatics, from French Avenue Aromatics. I decided against that one only because I was like, people might have a hissy fit if I'm giving away some of Neeb's stuff. So yeah, even though I'm buying it with my own money, so it doesn't really matter. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter to folks. Just saying. Um, let's see. Got to go down a little bit here. Let's see. Racket Club said, I don't know why I smell Invictus notes in the opening of that Nitro Elixir. Yeah. No. I completely get that because when it opens up, it does come across. And like I said, it comes across to me like a little bit of that Invictus Platinum, a little bit of that in there with me. Let's see. Sis IRL said, yeah, French Avenue will probably have that joint too. Haha, yeah. Oh, that Blue de Chanel exclusive? Yeah. Yeah. They will. They will. French Avenue is definitely going to drop that. I just feel like French Avenue waits until the initial storm is passed on a fragrance, and then they come back and drop their versions. Not sure why that is, but they do that all the time. But when the French Avenue one drops, it's gonna be bomb. Like when the French Avenue version drops, they dropping some heat, and it's gonna be super close to that original because they don't like to just do twists. They like to go after fragrances like that. The only difference with French Avenue when it comes to like certain fragrances is the boozy fragrances, like the Stéphane Humbert Lucas. As good as Vulcan Fue is, as good as Vulcan Sable is, and from what I'm hearing, as good as Vulcan Bay is, not getting Vulcan Bay, by the way. And here's why. The magic of the Stéphane Humbert Lucas fragrances usually comes from the booziness of those fragrances. There's a booziness, there's a depth to those fragrances as far as the way that they do woods. And it comes across really like biting, really like, aged type of vibes going on, right? But it comes across as super potent in the way that they do stuff. Vulcan Few, it doesn't have that same boozy-ish vibe, which, to be honest, God of Fire is not really boozy either. So it gets away with being super close to God of Fire. Vulcan Sable, however, is kind of like off when it comes to Sandance. Sandance is very potent as far as the booziness of that thing goes. Sandance is very much a rustic kind of like deep woody, but at the same time it just feels so raw and animalic, but at the same time energetic. It doesn't have that. Now, Vulcan Sable's a great fragrance and the air is gorgeous, but they've muted the booze in that. From everything I've heard about Vulcan Bay, they've muted the booze again in that one. And I think they do that to make the fragrance a little bit more wearable. And while Vulcan Sable is a lot more wearable than Sandance is, it's a lot smoother than Sandance. It's a lot I think more mass appealing than Sandance is. There's something special about the booziness, the bite that Sandance has. There's something very special about the bite that Pink Boa has from that vodka vibe, right? It's something special. And to be honest, that vodka vibe is what makes Pink Boa. It's what makes that fragrance. So if you're gonna mute that in that one, then you just got some pink lemonade, yay, what I'm saying? Slightly fresh, refreshing. It's just not the same, bro. So I decided that I wasn't going to even go on that route. Now, the completionist in me will probably end up picking it up later down the line, though. It's not like a must-have vibe for me. Um, but yeah, let's see. Mo said, interesting. I have Nitro White and really like it. Gives me kind of vanilla, juicy fruit gum. Yeah, Nitro White was an interesting one for me. I liked it too, but I didn't want to get a bottle of it. It was one that was like, I don't want to wear this all the time. I don't know what it was about it. Racket Club said, I literally just got that 9 p.m. Rebel the other day. I'm so happy that it smells like a beast mode Caid El Fasan and not of Ventus. A lot of people say that it smells like Caid El Fasan, right? Now, I've got Caid El Fasan up there on the top shelf. I've got 9 p.m. Rebel over there. In all honesty, when I first did it, y'all can look at my videos when I did the first impressions on it and I did the review, that it does come across to me like Caid El Fasan at the top. And then it develops into something different. It develops into something more deeper, a lot richer, a little bit more of a muted fruity sweetness, but with a lot of that caramel character that really pops up going into the mids. I really started to enjoy that fragrance. The more I wore it, the more I did enjoy it. And I stopped associating it as much with Caid El Fasan and more with a little bit extra fruity Absolute Aventus. Says Earl, what about 9 p.m. Rebel versus Hawass Fire? I'm still going 9 p.m. Rebel. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. I'm not the biggest fan of Fire. I think Fire is okay. There's a lot of people. If y'all notice, I don't do a whole lot of Hawasses. I'm okay with the DNA, but I'm not in love with the Rasasi Hawass DNA. I love Rasasi's DNAs. Don't get me wrong. I have a bunch of Rasasi that I like, right? It's Essential is one of my faves. Fatan, I talk about that a lot. Rasasi Ibreeze up there, which Ibreeze is kind of like a very deep aquatic with some freshness going on. It's simple, but lasts all day on skin. Gorgeous fragrance, man. I like their stuff, but the Hawass line kind of gets to me to where I'm like, oh, okay, it's Hawass. That's why those Hawasses that are coming now, man, I'm not super excited about them. I think they'll be good. Okay, so as this thing is starting to develop, I definitely get some Absolute, the YSL Absolute, the Myself Absolute, and it's definitely fresh. As a matter of fact, I feel like it's a little bit fresher than the Absolute. I do. Now I got to get another decat of Absolute so I could do like a comprehensive disarm. Let's see what's going on with it. But as this goes, somebody said that it's a good dumb reach pickup type of fragrance. If you just want to smell good, yeah. This is in the fall. This is a banger, man. This is a great fall fragrance. I like. I'm about to spray it again. I like this a lot. Yeah, I'm looking forward to putting this on. Matter of fact, I might make this my scent of the day tomorrow. Well, actually, no. I like that magnetic cap, man. That says everything to me. I'm good. Once you get that magnetic cap, I'm good. Actually, I got to get the tested in on this one. Scent of the day tomorrow is Royal Blend Sequoia. I've gotten 1 or 2 wears on this right now. I think that this is a great fragrance as far as the way that they do the raspberry the Angel Share Paradise. But again, here goes the French Avenue thing with the way that they do booziness. They mute the booziness in their fragrances. They muted it in Royal Blend, the original Royal Blend, right? It's a little bit more boozy than a lot of the other interpretations of Angel Share, but they still didn't get it quite right. And then they also use sandalwood in their Royal Blend versions instead of like the oaks and things like that. So the wood element's a little bit different. Vintage was the one that pissed me off. Now, vintage smells good. I like vintage, and I actually have gotten a ton of compliments on vintage. But it pissed me off because I wore old fashioned. I was a huge fan of old fashioned. And when they started pushing that as being an old fashioned clone, like, okay, you can't get old fashioned anymore, but here you go with this one. Let's go with this. Okay, cool. I get it. And I'm like, nah, because it doesn't have the booziness, and it doesn't have the richness of the oak. It doesn't have the way that wood gives it some gravity in there. Pause. That one does not have it. The Royal Blend Bourbon, that's just a completely different monster to its own. That's their own fragrance here. This one does not have that booziness either. It doesn't. Um, But what French Avenue did do with this one is they did a really good job on replicating the raspberry in here, in the original Paradise. So with that being said, they did a good job replicating that note. The oak and stuff isn't in here. It's more of that sandalwood vibe. Again, it's going to be a softer wood. It's not going to be as deep, as resonant, as biting, and of course, this lacking the booziness. But this was going to be a little bit more wearable for a lot of people than the actual original Paradise because of the fact that they do the raspberry right in here and just make it a softer profile, a little less boozy, and something that I think is going to get some good wear. And it actually has a pretty good longevity on it from the times that I've worn it. Tomorrow's the office wear on this one. I haven't gotten any office wears on it, so got to do that. And then I got the review this week dropping for Jazz, which to this day I will say is probably one of the most beautiful fragrance bottles that I've seen, most artistic fragrance bottles that I've seen come across in a while, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and get through the chat right quick, and then we go ahead and head out because I got to cook dinner. Well, not really cook dinner. I got to warm up some dinner for my wife and I right quick, you know. Mo said, since IRL, that's a good battle. I'm partial to Hawas Fire. I know a lot of people are, Mo. I am not one of them. Let's see. Said, Mo, I found some of my old stash of fragrances and forgot I own a Paris corner that smells like Imperial Valley. There goes my boss set right there. Oh, man, if you got an Imperial Valley is one of the ones that's on my actual I need to get Imperial Valley list. So that's going to be one I'll probably go bring in soon. Fragrance Dude, what is going on? What's happening, Randy? Man, you jumped on right when I was about to jump off. Just doing a first impression for the Nitro Elixir. It was here in the mail when I got to the house, and I said, hey, let me see what it's about. And so far, I like it. I like this a lot. This is going to be definitely a dumb reach fragrance, but I'm wondering if it's going to be more than that. It could be. We shall see. We shall see. Let's see. Lenny says, the Don Barara smell like 9 p.m. Rebel? I've never smelled Don Barara. I have not smelled that one. I've smelled some Barara stuff, but I haven't smelled Don. Let's see. Ray Rosgoscat. That's my glasses. Roscoac. Roscoac. Yeah, buddy. Ray, what's happening? I'll just say Ray. You know, RRR. Racket Club said Lydia smells straight up like Lattafa Qaeda for some, but beast mode. It has that, yeah. So 9 p.m. is definitely a lot more beast mode than Qaeda for some. Definitely that. Definitely. All right. It said, try to go around here. Going through the chat. I didn't even realize that I was way this far behind. All right. Racket Club says, I haven't tried the Care. My sister stole my Care Pistachio. I like Care Pistachio. It's fun. It's a fun little fragrance, man. I do like it a lot. It's up there right now. Uh, Randy says, LOL, if there would be someone butthurt by giving you their stuff away, it would be them. Oh, well, what y'all talking about? Y'all talking about something. Oh, oh, man. Y'all talking about the BDC one? They said, yeah, Mo, did you see the BDC on Macy's? My buddy said he bought it there, but he thinks he's lying. Record Club said Mo is banging. I like Kyr and Reef 33. They're both alike, but I would say that Reef 33 is a better though. My sister and mom love that pistachio joint. I like latte pistachio, and I love Kyr pistachio, but latte pistachio to me comes across as a little bit of a more masculine, buttery style. Although I got a new pistachio one that's going to be coming in the next week or two, so I'm very happy about that. Lenny said Joma Shop has Baradon for 100 ml bottles, and all three are different prices. I'm not sure if this is a mistake or a joke. Joma Shop be tripping. That's all I'll say. Mo said Jeff will be pissed about Vulcan Bay because he loves Pink Boa but hates clones. Yeah, man, like everything I've been hearing about it is just like it's gonna piss me off. And I don't want to buy fragrances. I don't want to invest in any type of fragrance that's gonna piss me off. And if I smell Vulcan Bay and it's as advertised as people are saying, and they're distinctly mentioning pink lemonade, no booze. Yeah, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed. Oh Lord, what was that? 50, 60 or something? Edie, I need about 350 to lock this monster. I know Jude and Mo was talking about the Blue Chanel. Let's see. Lenny says spring aromatic, summer citrus, fall woody, winter vanilla, and warm and spicy. This is my guide to you folks. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Spring's an interesting one because spring has such a different. You can go so many different directions with that. Fall as well. Fall is interesting because you can go with something super aromatic in the fall, and when you like have something that's really aromatic in like a cool breeze, it just does something, man. It's a very energizing kind of vibe, man. Winter, the vanillas and warm, spicy, leathery, woody. Actually, you can go woody then too. Oody, very oody for the winters, man. Racket Club said, I'm telling you, man, I love that frag. I like it like Dame likes Rare Reef. Man, where is Dame, man? Where is Dame? Because I know Dave he will have no Rare Reef slander in this cut. Mo said probably unless he got it from Macy's in the store. So I've been seeing a lot of people are getting that frag from Macy's. I've been seeing that. I don't know how true it is, but people are getting it. Then he said, may the sensei reach your nose to the secret of whiffing. Let's see. Rack said, nice. I was trying to buy the Rare Reef, but couldn't find it anywhere to buy it online. Yeah, because a new store where I usually get my stuff, they're out of it right now too, which is crazy that they're out of it. By the way, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Go ahead, hit it. Let's see. Most I searched on Google and directly on the Macy's. Tell them to prove it with the link. Fragrance Dude said, I love when Gator has his tangent lives. He answers one comment, then talks for 25 minutes on tangents from the original question or comment. Yeah, you know what? You know where I get that from? Just a little bit of inside baseball here. I get that from podcasting because me doing Dope Discussions, which is a relationship podcast, and also me doing Down 5, which is just basically like locker room talk, think brilliant idiots, but less of a budget. You go on those tangents, and it's just one of those things that you do, and you really kind of lead into it on those platforms a lot. So yeah. I'm getting better with that, though. When I do other shows, I will be doing them. Not doing that. Let's see. All right, let's see. Mo, eBay was the only place I could find it. Believe it or not, not only the kiosk at the mall. The kiosk at the mall had Rare Reef? Interesting. Once Diago Ata, what's going on? What can you tell me about Santal 33? I can tell you that Santal 33 is overhyped. I think it's a great fragrance, but I think it's a little bit overhyped. It is a fragrance to me that kind of smells like a room scent, which is interesting because the the fragrance literally started as a room scent, the Santal 32, and I forgot the entire story, but the owner he went into the space and he smelled someone, and they smelled so good. He was like, "What is it you're wearing?" He was like, "I'm actually wearing an air freshener," and it happened to be Santal 32, and that's how we end up with Santal 33. The owner said, "You know what? If people are wearing my stuff as fragrances, let me make that into an actual fragrance." So that's how we got Santal 33. Let's see. Either that, I just pulled that story out of my ass. One of the two. But I believe that is correct. Let's see. Lenny said, I want the Lacoste cologne, but not sure which one. I will always lean on either Lacoste Eau Fraiche, L1212 Eau Fraiche, which is kind of an appley, fresh vibe, man. It doesn't last a whole lot of, well, it depends. I get like 7 hours on that. But it's really nice, really summer friendly. Um, I'm a fan of L1212 EDP. That's my guy. That was formerly my signature scent. Fresh, coniferous, and we're talking coniferous. We're talking about pine, woody, with a little bit of citric nature at the top of it. Really nice, a little leathery as it gets into the dry down. I'm a big fan of that one. Let's see. Major Davis, what's going on, Major Davis? Said maybe I'm too late, but how would you compare the Royal Blend to the new Latifah Fire and Ice? I got Latifah Fire and Ice coming in next week, so I'll have a good comparison on it. I guarantee you though that the Royal Blend will quality wise be better. The Latifah, for some reason, I have a feeling they're gonna try to put the boozy nature into it, but that may actually be the thing that makes it a little bit better. We shall see. We shall see. I feel like all the Angel Share dupes miss on the booze in the Oak Barrel Accord. Most of them do. Most of them do. Not sure why. Vegas dude said LL actually been here for 30 minutes. Oh man, I appreciate you jumping in. Yeah, although you didn't say anything. Major Davis, salute. Oh yeah. Say Gator be hella late in the chat sometimes. Yeah, man, like I be going off on tangents and shit. Like Randy was saying. It said, how do you feel about the Aromatics brand? I was not the biggest fan of Royal Taboo. I was not the biggest fan of Carnal Desire. Platine Blanc changed my entire perspective of that brand. I love Platine Blanc. I think it is probably the best release from any of the brands actually this summer. And that said a lot. As far as like summer fragrances go, I think it's probably the better of the releases. And to be honest, it's one that I've recommended a lot. I've got a lot of compliments on it. I think it's actually very, very well done. Has me excited for Frostbite and some of the other ones that he's going to be dropping, man. Say, about to hit the hay later, everyone. Lou Dissel, man, I'm about to hit the hay too, man. Ricky Garrett say, what's up, bro? Scent of the day, OG Vray. Great scent of the day. Awesome scent of the day, bro. Definitely. Kid Panda in the building. 5 on Skin, PDM Herod, FM Promise, MP Radical Rose, Jerjoff Naxos, Initio Atomic Rose, MP on 24 hours later, and faint hits of Promise. Promise lasts a long time, man. Out of all the ones you just mentioned, my favorite one is Herod. And that's because I'm a tobacco guy. But Promise lasts forever, dude. Also wanted to get your thoughts on. Oh, I just almost. There we go. Also wanted to get your thoughts on the Labo Patchouli 24. I think there's better. I have not put my nose on it in a while. So I'm thinking, like, I was about to say, I think there's better patchoulis out there, but you know what? Thinking about it, Hmm. Let me get back to you on that one because I actually do have a decat of that somewhere. I know I have a decat of it. By the way, I'm missing decants. Like I've got a so my trouble in paradise. I talked about it on my last lives. I went to go pick it up, and my 5 mil is gone. It like walked out of the house. Um, a bunch of my stuff I realized though has walked out of the house, so I don't know what's going on. Either I'm putting them in a bad place, or I got way too many of them because I got hundreds of decants sitting around here. But let me get back to you on that one, Kid Panda. Ricky Garrett said, I can't make up my mind on those Manceras. I smell Tom Ford, Old Ombre leather, and threw everything off. Old Ombre leather is fantastic. As far as the Manceras, man, I think I sent you a few of them. Man, Fig Me Up is always for me going to be probably the one to go with, although I like the Chicotere. I think it's a great one. Fig Me Up is definitely going to be a monster. Vetiver Sensual, everybody loves Vetiver Sensual. I think it's great, but I'm partial. Maybe it's recency bias. I'm partial to Fig Me Up right now. Juan Diego Alta. Oh wow, did not know that. Yeah, Santal 33 smells like a luxurious barn with pickled juice. Kinda, I can see that. Ricky Garrett says Amberful and Cedroc Boise Intense or Amberful and Veteran Sensual. I would say Amberful with anything, but Amberful with Vetiver Sensual, I think would probably be the way to go. But you're going to keep that fresh vibe going. And so I'm struggling with Vetiver Sensual because I have Eclat and Ojivray, which are in the same wheelhouse. Yeah, yeah. And to be completely honest, Vetiver Sensual is going to be um, a little bit softer on the way that it moves. I like Ojivray. So if you're dealing with Ojivray and you're looking for one to go with aside from that, then I definitely would go Cedroc Boise Intense, to kind of darken up your profiles a little bit. Frag Jitsu, what's going on? BMJ said, Big Bro, can you compare Rare Reef and Luciano Coastal Breeze for me? I'm considering just getting it to review. Man, so I think that Rare Reef is not necessarily a Pacific Chill clone. I feel like Rare Reef is kind of like it opens up like Pacific Chill, but it kind of goes into its own territory, goes into a little bit more of a dense aquatic on there. It's kind of fresh, but it still remains more of a denser aquatic kind of vibe. More diffusive than anything as it kind of comes off skin. I don't smell it when I do like this, when I try to smell it after 2 to 3 hours, but it still gets pops in the air. So it's got that diffusiveness going on. I think a lot of that is attributed to the violet leaf that they use in there. That being said, well, the aquatic nature too is attributed to that violet leaf. That being said, the other one, the Pacific, you should say, is that Aura that we're talking about? Yeah, Coastal Breeze. Sorry, I got Aura sitting over there. I got it on my mind. Coastal Breeze to me comes across as a little bit more brutish, a little bit more minty. It does have the that nature of. Oh, by the way, Red Reef has a lot more coriander at the top, so the fruitiness is muted a little bit, which I like actually. It gives it more of an airy kind of fruity vibe. It's a little bit spicier as well at the top. Coastal Breeze is a little bit more brutish as far as the way that the fruits are presented. It's definitely minty. It's got that mintiness. I think that it is a little bit closer to what the Pacific Chill DNA is, but it's not it. It's not it. It comes across to me a tad little bit sweeter. Also, it doesn't have really any other developing qualities except for the mint and the apricot. That's really it. So it's almost like you took Pacific Chill, which is not a super like it's linear, but not there is some sort of depth to it. But it takes those two aspects of Pacific Chill and just kind of goes with that. So there's not a lot of depth in Coastal Breeze. You just get what you get from the top of it. So it doesn't really develop a lot. That being said, I think it's not a bad fragrance. It doesn't last very long on my skin though, which is interesting. Let's see. Because I just got that Fire and Ice, and today it's nice, but I almost wish that I would have got the other one. I still just get the Latafa to my wife. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it in, but it's kind of weird because I got a feeling that that's kind of how I'm gonna feel about it too. Let's see. Kid Patterson, a Labo Patchouli 24 got that smoky burning esque scent. Yeah, I can see that because if I can remember correctly, it has an incense note, does it not? Lenny said, I'm still waiting for that fun dip candy. I'll remind you from time to time. Fun dip candy? Not exactly. But the Airtears use hard candy elixir, not quite fun dip candy, but the elixir is closer to a fun dip candy than the regular hard candy. I'll just say that. Mo said, I'm testing African leather again. In the opening 5 minutes, a bit challenging, but oh, every minute after that dries down beautifully. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Also, Lalabo U27 got this. A kid just urinated in the bed, smelled kind of odd. Have you Ugh. Have you smelled LV Symphony and thoughts, especially for that price point? That price point sucks, but that's part of the reason that I'm doing the testing on Memories of Summer, which is another symphony inspiration. And I've got the review already done going up this week for Emerald, which is the Game of Spades version. Neither one of them hit it completely, but both of them hit it, if that makes sense. They both have aspects of the fragrance that are in them that really are what it is. I think you would be pleased with Game of Spades Emerald in that scenario. That bottle is green and ugly. I think Walt was talking about it earlier on his live. That bottle is green and ugly, bro. But the fragrance inside, it's definitely more of a straightforward. It does have some additional freshness to it than the Louis Vuitton, but it's really good. Frank Jitsu said also, which Dumont do you think I might like most? I'm kind of liking this one right now. The Nitro Elixir, kind of liking this a lot. I think it's really good. If I'm you though, I say you probably like Bravanzo Baron, which has got this deep, smoky, resinous kind of vibe to it. I think you would actually get a kick out of that one. I think you would like that. And in all honesty, I think you might actually dig. Um, it's a little fun, but I think it's good. This is the Soprano Vivid. Got a review coming out on this one this week too. It's interesting because it really is that Paco Rabanne 1 million kind of vibe to it, but it's kind of deep, a little resonance. It's got some kick to it though. I like it a lot. Let's see. Mo says, did that African leather smell like a boss during having a G-Wagon? I might need to get it if it smells like that. Kid Patterson said, Mo, if you smell MP Falcon leather extract. Oh, I haven't smelled that one, I don't think. Tracy Lynette, what's going on? NBT in the building. What is going on? What is happening? Let's see. Racket is that racket more like the boss of the spice cabinet. Everybody saying hey to Tracy. What's going on? See, y'all talking about yourselves there a little bit. We're gonna roll out of here in a sec. But Kid Pat said, last question. Are you going to be reviewing YSL myself? Absolute Blue de Chanel exclusive. I am going to review Blue de Chanel exclusive. And Absolute, I'm going to actually do in hands with this. Because this is going to be the clone of it. So I'm going to. I got another decant coming in. Y'all already know I like to compare and contrast the original to this, and I was out of my decant of it. So yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing that. Frank, just to appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do, man. Thank you, man, because you're out there doing this thing too, man. Yeah, if y'all don't follow Frag Jitsu, man, or Tracy Lynette, either one of them, man, great content creators, man, go ahead and jump in there, man, and follow them. Definitely. Let's see. Mo said, man, that sounds like a challenge to me. Those harsh openings can be a challenge for the kid. Man, look, I don't like harsh openings at all, which is why they were talking about that blue sky on that chat earlier. And in all honesty, this is blue sky. This is the arm off blue sky that they were talking about on chat earlier, right? Now, this is supposed to be an inspiration or inspired by Scent of Peace. The opening is completely different on this. It's a lot better, a lot smoother. It doesn't have that sharpness in there. It's muted it out and smoothed it out and made it a lot better. As a matter of fact, you get more of the tobacco influence in here as it kind of goes into the dry down. I love it. I think it's great. This was another one that Dane was talking about. But bro, you got to put your nose on it. I was like, okay. So my guys at the news store were like, hey, we got a couple ones that we want you to see if you like. And I saw this on the list. I said, yeah, that one, send it. So, man, that one's nice, man. Interesting fragrance too. Say, Gator, how does that nitro smell now? That bad boy be changing gracefully. So it really does remind me a lot of that. Not a sod bourbon, but yeah, the sod bourbon. Like at this point, and it's just the way that it smells. It's a softer, less fruity version of that, which, in all honesty, I could compare that to Absolute. So it's going the right way. This is nice. This is really nice. I like this. I may have to change my fragrance of the day tomorrow, man. Major Davis said, bro, I found a deal and ordered the gritty oud and mango. I had to do it for the price on Joma Shop. That's a good one. Oud mango? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Or mango oud, actually, I think you're talking about. Ricky Garrett said, has anyone smelled Catalage Shaika Shadow? I have smelled it. I'm not ordering it. Like, I think it's really good. But I don't think I'm gonna order it. A lot of times I'll smell fragrances, and when you already know how I feel about it. If you don't see me review it, you kind of know how I feel about it. That being said, I think it's actually good. I think it's a nice fragrance. And I may change my mind on it. But right now I'm not ordering it. Some of the other ones might have smelled it though. Racket Sub said, yes, sir. I love it, man. It reminds me of Coach and CH Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir. Yeah, I get a lot of Cobalt Elixir in it, but then we know that's probably why I'm just like, it's okay. Because of the fact that I have the Bad Boy Elixir. And, that's probably why I am the way I am with it, Let's see. Ricky said it's supposed to be Victory Elixir or Victory Absolute. Yeah, it's supposed to be, they say it's supposed to be Cobalt Elixir, but I don't think there's a lot of Cobalt Elixir in it, though. Don't get me wrong. Kicks, what's going on? What is happening, man? You jumped in right when I was jumping off of here, man. I had a hard stop at and I blew my hard stop by about 30 minutes, man. So let me go ahead and get off of here. Y'all, man, y'all be good, man. Y'all be good. You say, yeah, it's redundant if you already own Bad Boy Elixir. Yeah. I'm not feeling it on that aspect. That being said, I ain't saying any bad fragrance. I think it's a good fragrance. I do. I think it's great. Anyway, let me get out of here, guys. I see everybody in the chat, 21. Can you do something for me? Go ahead and hit the like button. All the 21s, hit the like button so y'all can come back to this thing when we do these giveaways coming up in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Mo said Victory Elixir and Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir very similar. Major Davis said, I got that shadow in 2 weeks ago. I think it has to sit a while for me to appreciate it more. Just my opinion. Yeah, I think so. That may be one that you have to do that with. Mo said, night all and be well. Peace out, gang. Yeah, peace out, everybody. Y'all have a good one. Y'all already know what the drill is. 21 in the likes. And y'all remember, guys, whatever you're doing, however you doing it, Dave Webster, I see you. Make sure y'all make today the best day ever on purpose. Peace out.